Hey guys, welcome to Holistic Mojo. I am Jamie Sahara Lee, and today we are making key lime pie. But this is not any normal key lime pie. Today we're using avocados. You might be thinking, just bear with me. So this has been put to me as a little bit of a challenge by my mother. My dad wants a key lime pie, and I said, oh, I'll make it. This is one of my specialties, by the way, this pie. If I do say so myself. So I said, I'll make it. And I looked at my mom and she looked at me and she's like, oh God, what is she gonna do? So I'm making it with avocado. This was an accidental discovery. A few years ago, I was leading a weekend retreat in Hawaii and I was doing an avocado salad dressing. But we didn't have any of the olive oil that I normally would use. We had coconut oil. And I was tasting the salad dressing. I was like, man, this is really tasty. This would be like a key lime pie if I just added some coconut oil to it. So after that retreat, I went home and I gave it a couple shots and think I've perfected it. I've been making this for a couple years and most people don't know that it's made with avocado. Usually only people who are raw foodists and are really into things made with avocado will go, oh, ooh, is this made with avocado? But everybody else just scarfs it up like it's full of crap and very tasty. But it's super healthy and wonderful instead. So a couple of benefits to making this with avocado. Avocado is high in essential fatty acids, avocado oil. So it is a raw fat, which your body can digest. When we heat our fats, we kill our fats. And all of the oxygen, once it goes over 180 degrees Fahrenheit, all the oxygen is destroyed. And our body looks at it like a closely related cousin to the essential fatty acids it can normally process. So it kind of shows up in our system and our body goes, yeah, you kind of look like somebody I know, but I'm not really sure what to do with you. So it kind of gets stuffed away and our bodies have a hard time digesting it because it's missing a piece of its chemical compound. So anytime you're working with fats, you want them to be raw. So cooking with either butter or ghee and then or water sauteing things, and then adding your olive oil, your coconut oil, your avocado oil, whatever oil you use, making sure that it is raw and virgin, of course, adding that on afterwards. So this dessert is a super, super sustaining brain food because our brains need raw fat to function. So people, when they're doing these diets and they just feel like I'm so foggy and I don't know my ass from my elbow, it's usually because they're doing all of this low fat, non-fat, low sugar, no sugar, chemically made products. And they're not getting the real food that they need and the brain food that they need, which comes in the form of raw fats. So fat is not your enemy. Fat is your friend. Fat feeds your brain and your body knows how to use fat when you eat it properly. So this is a super delicious brain food. If you're headed into finals or anything like that and you ever need to survive on something quick and easy, make this beforehand, eat it the whole week, and it will feed your brain at the same time. So, other ingredients, raw extra virgin coconut oil. Again, healthy fat. Coconut oil is cooling, which is great because when you want a key lime pie, it's usually not January and cold. It's usually July and hot outside. So you want something that's going to be cooling, and coconut is cooling, as is limes, or as are limes. Limes and lemons are both cooling. So you can actually make a lemon meringue pie using this exact same recipe, but just use lemons. So I was going to tell you all about lemons and limes, but it would take forever. So I'm just going to read you a little excerpt from my book, The Conscious Alcoholic. There's tons of information here on different fruits and different herbs that can help you heal your body and use food as medicine. So a little excerpt from here. I put lemon and lime together because they have very similar properties. Lime is a bit more cooling and more specific to the liver than lemon, but they're both cooling in nature. They cut through grease and break down meat protein, supporting liver function, bile production, and the absorption of minerals during digestion. Both destroy putrid bacteria in the mouth as well as in the intestines, making them great for treating mouth ulcers, intestinal parasites, and hemorrhoids. Lemons and limes are blood strengtheners, cleansing and thinning the blood, lowering your blood pressure, and healing broken capillaries as well as varicose veins. Emotionally, they ease confusion, exhaustion, chronic fatigue, stress, worry, and fear. Topically, they can be used to treat scabies, syphilis, gonorrhea, herpes, boils, abscesses, wrinkles, freckles, itching due to rashes, acne, and to repair the tissue around cuts and abrasions. Kind of a miracle here. They're antidotes for poison, they clear pathogens from the body and fight infections. They're used commonly in detoxes because of their strong cleansing effects, ability to clear mucus from the body, and to balance the brain and nervous system. So another way that your brain is being supported by eating dessert. Hello. So yeah, if you want more information on this book, check out the comment section below. Last thing for the filling. Dun, 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 dun. Maple syrup is my sweetener of choice because it does not spike fire in the body. I am a fiery creature. I don't need more fire, so I go with maple syrup. All sugar is going to be a fire, but it is the least fiery of the sugars. You can also use raw honey because this is going to be all mixed in a food processor. It's going to mix up really well. You want to make sure if you are using honey, however, that it is raw honey. When you pasteurize honey, when you heat it to clean it, which it doesn't need to have done to it to begin with, when you do heat your honey, it creates toxins in the body. So make sure you're using raw honey. For my crust, today I was a bit lazy and I'm going with a good old store-bought. Not that great for you, but super tasty. But you can use any type of crust that you want. You can make your own regular pie crust and throw this in. I will be posting in a few weeks a wonderful quinoa pancake and quinoa pie crust recipe. So check out that when it comes out. But yeah, that's what I'm going with today. For whipped cream, you can use regular heavy whipping cream, which is what I'm using today. Sadly, I don't have access to raw dairy right now, so I'm going with a pasteurized version. But when available, always go with your unpasteurized raw dairy. But if you're not a dairy person, then you can go with coconut cream, and I'll be posting how to make coconut cream whipped cream as well. So look for that, and let's get started. All right, so here we go. We've got our 5 avocados, 2 cups worth of lime juice, although I don't know if we'll use it all. I'm starting with a 1/2 cup of maple syrup, 1/2 cup of coconut oil, but again, may need to add more or use less. And then this is just the pulp from the limes after I juice them. I want to use that just because I don't like to waste. So it all goes in the food processor. Okay, so the final ingredient list for this one was 5 avocados, 1 cup of freshly squeezed lime juice, a 1/2 cup of melted coconut oil, a 1/2 cup of maple syrup, and a whole lot of love. Next, I take my Lazy Lady Pie Crust and pour my key lime pie batter inside. As you can see, I have a smidgen left over, so I probably could have done this with 4 avocados instead of 5, but I always think it's better to have more than not enough. So this will just go in the fridge to be eaten like pudding. Dun, 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 dun. All right, so a key lime pie would not be a key lime pie without fresh whipping cream. I don't believe in store buying my whipped cream ever, so making my own. I've got 1 cup of heavy whipping cream. Just a smidgen of high quality, all natural vanilla extract. And 1 ounce of maple syrup. Beautiful, and ready for our pie. Now all we have to do is add the whipped cream to the pie. Dun, 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 dun. All right, so just in case you're curious about how this whole key lime pie challenge turned out, my dad came into the kitchen just after I had finished mixing up the filling, and I gave him a spoonful, and he goes, that's really good. And then I promptly told him it was made from avocados, and he was like, ooh, that's terrifying. So he enjoyed it, he liked it, and he'll eat it. Yay, picky eaters, and teaching them to eat healthy. Woo woo, another win.